Welcome to Tabletop Gaming with Juice. Today, I'm going to be doing a video response to Nerdarchy and role-playing game cutscenes, pros and cons, which was a Twitter request by one of their viewers. So I watched the video, and it was kind of interesting to see. It almost seemed like 2/3 of them were anti-cutscene. Ryan and Ted, I believe, were the two that seemed against it for the most part. And even Dave had comments saying that it's good if you have an audience. And I disagree right there. I think cutscenes are a fantastic way to introduce a villain or whatever, introduce something to your game without risking the players messing up your plans. For instance, if you want your characters to have a strong sense of connection to a villain, you can introduce your villain without giving the players a chance to meet him, right? And while, yes, the players could use meta knowledge or whatever, if you have good players and you have a mutual understanding that, hey, your characters don't actually know this, you shouldn't have to worry about it. For instance, in the Provokers game, I think we're pretty good about not using the meta knowledge. I disagree in the sense that I don't think that we are using that in the Provokers game for the audience. I think it's there for all of us as players too. I think it's a great way to see behind the scenes. Video games do this, you know, and it creates a very cinematic feel. It's a good way to get emotion going. Like I said, to make your players care about these characters in the game. It's also a good way to give them world knowledge and maybe artifact knowledge. Maybe your cutscene isn't even something that's relevant in the present day. Maybe the cutscene is to a very historic thing. You know, maybe it's from thousands of years ago, just to give them some knowledge about an artifact they picked up. You know, and so it can be used really well in games. But it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do either. You know, I think Matt does a fantastic job of it in the Provokers game, for example. You know, I think it's something that if you practice it, you know, it can become a very useful tool in your arsenal as a game master or dungeon master. People that I think would be good at it is like Andrew Knapp. I don't think he's done it a lot, but he may have. But he would be really good at it, you know. So if you haven't tried it before, do a one-shot and practice it. Just insert it somewhere, you know, a little cutscene. But have a reason for it. You don't just do it to do it. I mean, your reason should be, you know, you should have a reason. So, for example, if it's to introduce a villain without the risk of him being killed, a one-shot might not be the best for that. But you could start the session off with a cutscene to the villain getting this great weapon, or to this villain kidnapping someone or killing somebody important or whatever. You know, just to drop that feeling, like that emotion into the players, not the characters. I keep saying characters, but I mean players. You know, or to give historical knowledge without selling the players. Yeah, this is blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. You know, show them instead of telling them. It's one of the most useful things you can do in a game. And the thing is a lot of people forget that in an RPG, you can do anything, and you have a lot of tools that you can use to do the things you want to do. You know, you want your players to feel invested. Cutscenes are a great way to do it, you know. So, yes, there's pros and cons. Pros, obviously, the things I just mentioned. That I think the pros far outweigh the cons. The only cons I see are the fact that your players may have meta knowledge, and that's the only con I see. I don't see any other cons. As long as you keep it so it's not a 45-minute cutscene, you know, keep it short and simple. Keep it simple, stupid, as they say, or keep it short and simple. So would work. But yeah, those are my thoughts on game cutscenes. You know, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to share this video. If you guys want to do a video response, go check out Nerdarchy's original video about this. I will post the link below. I think everybody should try it. I think if you're not trying it, you're selling yourself short. I think this is something that I want to improve on. This is something I plan on doing in my upcoming game on Saturday. Um, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy it. I can't imagine people not enjoying it if it's done well. So I know in the Provokers game, it's helped me care more about what's happening, like who the bad guy is. Because if we didn't have that in our Provoker game, I would have two instances to base my character's emotions towards him on. Whereas a player, I'm really invested and I like seeing where the story is going because of things like our cutscenes. So that's it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I will see you guys next time.